This is one I need to hear over and over again to get it all in. Like, I gotta try to concentrate on. Hey fam, what's up, what's up, what's up? This is Robert Anton here, robertanton.com, coming to you with your no frills, the voice commentary from a singer. And tonight we get ready to say goodbye to half of the contestants on The Voice. But first, they will each sing a solo tonight and also a duet. For the duets, they're doing a mashup of 2 songs, and voting was open at the top of the show. We started out with TeamKelly and Brynn Cartelli. She did What the World Needs Now Is Love, the Andra Day version. And this started out a cappella, on key, and then the strings came in to support a very mature, rounded sound from Brynn. And she was working her lower range, but found some nice places to add some higher notes. Lord, we don't need another medal. She did this little rundown. There was a surprise little jazzy inflection, and she was beautifully invested in this and believable. All the coaches stood. Blake said it was so easy to get lost in her performance. Our first duet was Pryor, Baird, and Kaleb lead. They did Hillbilly Bone and Hillbilly Deluxe. Kaleb started this out with his guitar strung across his back. He was right in the mosh pit. He sounded okay. But Pryor was killing it with that rasp and attack when he came in. They sounded a bit like one another in places, and the smooth blended well with the gruff when they sung together. Pryor had the electric and Kaleb was on the acoustic guitar, and it looked good, though near the end it was just a bit mushy and clashing a little bit. Pryor was wailing away at one point, and it seemed like they turned down his sound a bit so he didn't blow Kaleb out of the water. Then TeamAlicia had Jackie Foster doing Here I Go Again by Whitesnake, and all that fog on the stage as she started out, and some epic piano backing her up. This started out slow and light, and she was living out these lyrics on stage. I felt her bending into those notes, and then that beat dropped. She was so free and natural in her movements, and her vocals were following suit, but I lost a bit of the emotion when we got more into the pace of the song. She was having a good time and still telling the story, but I would have preferred to keep it lighter and more invested. The crazy high note was interesting before the ending, so I enjoyed that. Adam and everyone else was trying to clear the smoke, and he noticed her having fun and letting loose. Our next duet was Kyla, Jade, and Spensha Baker. They did What's Going On and Rise Up. Rise Up sounded great in Spensha's voice, and I love Kyla's voice, but wasn't really liking the melody and rhythmic changes of this song. I think Kyla got the short shrift in this mashup. Trying to fit one song into the other didn't really work well, though Kyla was making the most of her situation. She really had the emotion and commanding presence, but her section just wasn't very memorable. The song What's Going On had lost all of its bite for me, and I wasn't enjoying this mashup. Great for Spensha, not so great for Kyla. Then TeamAdam had Rayshun and LaMarr do Imagine by John Lennon and play that piano, man. This started out just a bit pitchy for Rayshun. He was overshooting a few of the sustained notes. I love his energy though, and the arrangement was giving me life with the added horn hits. This was very sedate for Rayshun though, and he was singing to the members of the audience and working his way down the steps slowly, and he really came to life once he hit the stage and got into the audience's face. His spin into those squalls had me smiling. He was singing for his life tonight, and I was like, he was trying to hold it in, but he had to let it loose and did the little spin, did his squalls, got down on his knee in front of Blake. All the coaches stood. He gave it to us. I was like, he worked that out, brother. Kelly talked about the joy in him and called it a beautiful thing to watch him perform, calling him a great escape. And if you think I'm a great escape, please make sure to thumb up the commentary and let me know. We only got one more to go after this, so let me know what you think down in the comments of who's going on to the finale. I thank you so much for watching. I thank you for commenting all season, and I thank you for your thumbs. TeamBlake was up next with Spensha Baker. She did My Church by Maren Morris, and this started out with fire and brimstone. She was there, choir was going, the organ was going. I was like, go ahead on. It was solid at first. Spensha came in just a bit early and had to repeat the first few words. The verse was low in her range, but she was handling it really well and didn't stay down there for too long. This was very personal though. She knew exactly what and why she was singing. Then those low notes came back and it kind of waned a little bit. This was great in the chorus, and she really let loose in the acapella section with just the drums keeping the pace. I was enjoying it pretty good, but I had expected it to be stellar, and so I was just a little disappointed. All the coaches stood for her. Kyla Jade was up next with Let It Be by the Beatles, and she had me emotional during the rehearsal package as she was singing, and then started really low down in her range on stage. So light and easy with the organ blazing behind her. This really ramped up when the choir came in and she started climbing up into her higher range. I could feel the chills running through me as she executed these perfectly moving riffs and runs, and then gave us the squall into a high note. Oh my God, and then she did it over and over again. Oh, and the motion was solid and joyful. all the coaches stood, and I was so happy. Oh my God, Skylar Jade, oh, she's gonna win. I hope she's gonna win. Next up, we had a duet from Brynn, Cartelli, and Britton Buchanan. They did 4-5 seconds, and you can't always get what you want. Britton played guitar for this, and I liked the couch setting for them, and Brynn was sounding good. Britton actually sang the chorus with her, which was working better than any of the other arrangements so far. He launched into his song then and had my toes tapping, and then Brynn sang the chorus of his song, and I was liking this format better than the others so far. Both their voices sounded really great, and they had great chemistry. Instead of singing over each other, they went back and forth at one point. Great choices. Very, very good. The ending counterpoint worked well because they had both established the melodies already, and so that we could really discern each thing going on at the same time. I thought this was the best duet so far. Then TeamKelly had Kaleb Lee did It As Well with My Soul, a traditional song, and his family showing up and him crying was really pulling at my heartstrings, producers. You know what you were doing. Shame on you. I come into this song emotional, but the twang of the music kind of put me back in my place because I was like, It As Well? Oh, is that it? Kaleb was a little hard to hear at first, but his vocal sounded okay, and he was giving us a little whispery vocal production on the verses. He came out of his shell later on, and his voice was good, and the emotion was touching. He sounded really good on the parts where I could hear him clearly, and those sustained notes were ringing in my ears so well. Our last duet of the night was Jackie Foster and Rayshun and LaMarr. They did Believer, Radioactive, both by Imagine Dragons, and Jackie was looking and sounding good, and then Rayshun came in solid. This had a nice drive to it, but I was losing Rayshun in the mix until his chorus, and then Jackie, and I liked them stalking the stage and all in each other's face and then working their own stage musicians. This was a lot to digest though. I wanted to hear each of them slaying their songs. I could hear them both singing their heart out, but my ear was going in every direction trying to catch all of this greatness, and this is one I need to hear over and over again to get it all in. Like I gotta try to concentrate on Jackie, listen to it again and concentrate on Rayshun, and then try to listen again to put them together. Oh, I think I'll be listening to this several times. Let me know what you thought of this down in the comments. I thought it was epic! Then TeamBlake had Pryor, Baird do Change the World by Eric Clapton, and some nice licks to start this out on guitar, and a sweet, relaxed vibe with a smoothness from his voice that we don't often hear. He was pouring it on by the chorus, but not too heavy, and it was a good fit for the song. He tried a little falsetto in the second verse and gave us more gruff coming into the second chorus. This was pretty relaxing though for him. He gave it a bit of a lighter touch than usual, but still kept his signature rasp. I enjoyed that. And in the pimp spot, we had TeamAlicia's Britton Buchanan. He did The Rising by Bruce Springsteen, and he has so much stage presence at a very pleasing tone. Plus, he knows when to fall off the ends of those phrases and have you waiting for the next line. I was enjoying his intensity and him just being all involved in this performance. He was living the story up there, and it was very effective when he like kind of loud whispered one of the lines of the lyrics, and this was a star turn for me, and I really don't even know the song. It was just so energetic, even with him barely leaving the mic stand. The group behind him in street clothes singing was a really nice touch and added to the amazing energy. Whew, there you have it for tonight. Oh my God, the semifinals. Oh, tomorrow night 4 will be going home. It's a bloodbath. There's a bloodbath gotta be happening, but it happens every season, so we should be used to it by now, right? It still hurts so much. Who do you think will survive the bloodbath? Tell me down in the comments. This is Robert Anton, RobertAnton.com. I am out.